Gutenberg was not the first printer to employ movable metal type. A similar technique was invented much earlier in China and Korea. However, characters were cast in molds made of sand rather than lead and tin alloys used in Europe. This technique is better suited for casting more complicated forms rather than the European type, which was much better suited to mass production. Furthermore, the huge number of characters used in Chinese writing, well over 6,000, limited the use of movable type. There are nevertheless some Chinese and Korean printing examples which single characters were used, dating back to the 13th century. Around that time, Franciscan monks ventured to China as emissaries of the Pope and the King of France. They returned with accounts of its society and culture, which included the immense treasure of the Great Khan, life at his court, the structure of the state, welfare systems, and the roles of the sexes, dietary habits, as well as religious rites and customs. They described a currency made from paper, as well as Chinese characters. However, they failed to make any mention of book printing. Knowledge of East Asian printing only reached and spread through Europe in the 16th century. This was not the case with woodblock printing, a technique that reached Europe from the Middle East and that also had Chinese origins. Wood stamps used to imprint textiles had been used in Italy since the 12th century. From 1440 onwards, pictures and text were carved into wood blocks for so-called block books. They were largely crafted on the Upper Rhine, in Basel and Strasbourg, and in the Netherlands. These books were then used to print on paper and must have surely inspired Gutenberg. This technique was upheld as a separate trade-up until the 1540s, alongside Gutenberg's letterpress book printing technique.